The logical problem with eternal begetting in Christianity. Introduction. In this video, I want to address a critical question. Can the word Jesus truly be eternal and begotten at the same time? This is an important issue within Christian theology, particularly when we examine the doctrine of the Trinity. Let's break this down logically and see if the claim holds up to scrutiny. Main argument. Christians believe that Jesus, referred to as the Word in John 1:1, is both eternal and begotten of the Father. But here's the problem. The act of begetting inherently implies derivation, or coming into existence. If the Word is begotten, then logically, there must be a starting point and act of begetting that brings the Word into existence. Yet Christians claim this act of begetting is eternal. But let's think about this. How can an act of begetting be eternal? Doesn't the very concept of begetting require a begetter to pre-exist the one being begotten? The problem of the Father's role. If the Father is the one begetting the Son, then 1. The Father's identity as Father is tied to the act of begetting the Son. 2. This means the Father cannot be called Father without the Son existing. Here's the paradox. If the Father is dependent on the Son for his identity as Father, then even the Father's eternal existence becomes tied to an act of begetting. This raises a troubling question. Does the Father only begin to beget at a specific point in time, or is this an eternal process? If it's eternal, then both the Father and Son are bound by an act, which means neither is independent or truly eternal in the way Christians claim. Distinction between Father and Son. Christians argue that the Father and Son are distinct but share the same essence. However, this distinction creates another problem. If the Father is unbegotten and the Son is begotten, then there's a clear sequence. The Father exists as the source, and the Son is derived. This sequence inherently introduces a form of priority, whether it's temporal or relational. If the Father exists first in any sense, the Son cannot be co-eternal. And if the Son is not co-eternal, then the entire concept of the Trinity, which hinges on co-eternity, collapses. The word's eternity in question. Let's focus on the word specifically. Christians say, "In the beginning was the Word," as stated in John 1:1. But if the Word is begotten of the Father, this means the Word's existence is contingent upon the Father's act of begetting. Contingency and eternality are incompatible. If the Word depends on the Father, it cannot be eternal in the same way the Father is eternal. So why is the term begotten used at all if Christians want to argue for co-eternity? Moreover, the term in the beginning implies a starting point, whether for creation, or in this case, the Word. So how can the Word be eternal if it clearly has a relationship of dependency and origin from the Father? Conclusion. The doctrine of eternal begetting leads to serious contradictions. 1. If the Father's role as Father depends on begetting the Son, then the Father is not independent or self-existent. 2. If the Son, the Word, is begotten, it logically cannot be eternal. 3. If the Father and Son are distinct, their relationship implies a sequence or priority, which contradicts the claim of co-eternity. So, I ask, how can Christians reconcile these contradictions? The very act of begetting undermines the eternal and co-equal nature of the Father and Son as described in Trinitarian theology. What do you think about this issue? Can the Word truly be both eternal and begotten? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.